This is What the Fish, where we'll walk you through the different kind of fishes out there and what dishes they're good for. Today, we're starting with the pomfret. So this is the white or silver pomfret. The flesh is a lot finer and it's a lot flakier. It's a bit sweeter. For that reason, this fish is usually used for steaming or just simply poaching in soups, and that's why you see a lot of this in steamboats. Whereas, if we're talking about the black and the golden pomfrets, evidently bigger in size, their flesh is not as fine. It's a bit more on the firmer side. They take on pretty much any flavor that you introduce. These are, in my opinion, more versatile and great for things like frying. And today we're gonna make a soy glazed pan-fried fish, and we're gonna use the black pomfret. So I've already had this pomfret cleaned and descaled, and that's because I have a lovely relationship with my fishmonger. So definitely always speak to your fishmonger. Let them know how you want your fish so that they can prepare it accordingly for you. Makes life a lot easier, really. All right, so first things first, with a pair of really sharp scissors, I want to cut off all these extra fins. Reason being, if I don't, when they hit the oil, they'll be the first ones to burn. So next step, we're gonna score the fish. So the score, I forgot to cut this off. Both sides, huh? Hey, why? You cook never forget stuff, man? Huh? So the next step is to score the fish. Why do we score the fish? First of all, it looks kind of cute, right? With the patterns and stuff. Second of all, especially for the thicker parts of the fish, it helps to cook more evenly as well. I typically just do like a 2 lines kind of thing. Feel free to go nuts, but also just don't go crazy, right? So I typically just go on the thickest part and I just 1, 2. We want to get a crispy fish, right? First step is always to dry your fish as much as possible. So the secret to getting a crispy crust, especially on your fish, is to apply a very thin layer of flour. First of all, it helps to dry out like the little wet spots on your fish. Second of all, it helps to create like a super thin crust that will already react with the oil to give you like a super crispy layer. Make sure you dust off any excess. Alright, so it should look something like that. Very dry and ready for frying. We're gonna need enough oil to cover the bottom layer of your fish. And as you can see, this fish is a little fat, right? So definitely make sure that you have enough, or rather the side of the fish is completely submerged in the oil. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with an uneven fry and everyone's gonna get upset. This will take some time. Okay, I feel like this is a good amount. We are gonna heat up the oil at about medium heat. This is gonna take a while.
That's great.
Get money. Wait, I need to get. Generally, when you wanna see if the oil is ready, we dip like a pair of wooden chopsticks in. And when you see like bubbles forming around your wooden chopsticks, you will know that it's ready for frying. No, not ready yet. Can you see? No bubbles. Last time when I was a kid, right? Then I used to like play with utensils. And my mom would get so pissed. So another way that you can tell if your oil is ready is to sprinkle a little bit of that flour onto the oil. And when it sizzles, you know it's ready. So we're gonna lay the fish gently in and away from us. Obviously, because we don't wanna get burnt, right? Ooh, that sound. So if it doesn't make this sound, don't put the fish in. Just wait till the oil is hot enough and then put it back in. I know you'll be tempted to touch it, fiddle with it. Don't do it. Let it have its time in the oil, in the sauna. Let it be sexy. When 2 minutes is up, then you flip. Pretty happy with how it's turning out. And I think we're ready for our flip. When it comes to flipping a bigger fish like that, be extremely careful. And again, lay it away from you, right? So I'm gonna pull it in and lay it away. Why are we placing it on a baking rack as opposed to just putting it on a plate. We don't want the underside of the fish to steam, because when you place it down on a plate, there's nowhere for all of that heat, that steam to go. It's gonna steam the bottom of the fish and you'll get a soggy crust on the bottom side. And we don't want that. We want it to be super, super crispy on both sides. So we're placing it on the cooling rack. So now we're moving on to the sauce. We're gonna use the same pan, but because there's way too much oil over here, so I'm gonna pour away most of it. I'm leaving about 2 tablespoons of oil. This is one of my favorite sauces on the fish. Very simple, 2 ingredients, sugar and soy sauce. Okay, so while the oil is still hot, sugar straight in. We're gonna create something of a caramel. This sauce is like an easy 3 bowl of rice kind of recipe for me. So you see the caramel forming is starting to burn. This is when we put our soy sauce in. The sauce is ready when, it starts to achieve that sticky consistency. Depending on how thick you like your sauce, you can add a bit of water to dilute it. Wow, tasty. Oh, this brings me back. Wow, shook. You already eat some rice, Alright, sauce. You can garnish it with some fresh chilies, some spring onions, but honestly, it's fine the way it is. I haven't been so excited for a dish in a while. I've got like a lot of things, right? But this is honestly like one of the best things. Because we use the black pomfret, we can see that the flesh holds together a lot better and the meat just takes on all of the flavor of the sauces. And that is perfect. Do I continue eating? I can do this forever, by the way.